terms of human deaths. 100,000 people instantly dead. And then, of course, the after effects upon generations and generations, you know, bodies being burnt, you know, alive. And then, of course, they brag about winning the war and all that, etc., etc. That's, I don't want to go into the politics of it. I'm happy to do it if you want to. But I'm trying to say that it is completely unforgivable. It is when, in fact, even some of the first scientists of the Manhattan Project started a petitioning the government to let go of this atomic nonsense. And of course they were silenced and it was completely, you know, forgotten. So in other words, there are good people, and it is very important that we pull together for this. So another, you see, again, I'm trying to show you how to be free in your thought processes. Do not trust not only your governments, but your scientists and your experts, so-said experts. Trust your own rationalism and good reason as a citizen, you know, and see how it is connected. I will give you one statistics, which then probably some of you who think in the box rather than outside the box will object that it has nothing to do with it. But according to BBC Radio 4 program in 2005, and this is the BBC saying, 40% of all food produce in Britain alone is dumped, binned every year. And the price is 20 billion pounds. Every year Britain dumps food worth of 20 billion pounds. And 20 billion pounds, according to the United Nations calculations and statements, is exactly the amount needed to eliminate starvation from Africa. Therefore, you know, so here is another statistic, and if you think this has nothing to do with climate change, look at the details in terms of the fact that this is produce going from the farmyard to the fridge. Remember, your fridge produces CFC gases. Remember that the farm will exhaust, consume a lot of, you know, energy to provide all this food, etc. It is connected, so therefore it is not a sort of an unconnected nonsense. Therefore, what I will say, just to show you the practice of this, is this, that if therefore it is climate change is the destruction of the oxygen level we need second by second just to be, if we have all these terrifying facts and statistics, one of the great lies, again, don't be upset and waste your time arguing about this, one of the greatest lies of our government, I don't care about, you know, of course I do, you know, about the Chinese and so on, but I live in Britain. I mean, if I'm heavy on the British and American government, it is because I consider them to be the #1 destroyers of the world. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. The fact is, see what I'm saying, that the American and British governments are the #1 destroyers of the climate, and not only the climate, but all the economies in the world. And one of their greatest assumptions is, of course, the warmongering and the arms industry. Arms industry is a complete waste of human resources, total waste of time, and the idea is that you start a war, before finishing it, you start another one so that it overlaps and the business as usual goes on. And see how this is happening already. The war in Afghanistan and sort of in Iraq, the Iraq war is just supposedly ending. Therefore, you start a NATO war on Libya. So another war is beginning. Now, when finally Americans withdraw from Afghanistan, and they have to withdraw. Already Pakistan is being primed for a massive civil war, and Pakistan will be the next war zone when Afghanistan is finished, if it is finished. In other words, we must see how this is affecting the climate. The technology of modern warfare, in terms of aviation, in terms of the pollution of the planet, the technology of modern warfare is completely climate changing and polluting. I am no more asking to take these measures in the name of socialism. No, no, no. Capitalism has come back to the wall. It is bankrupt. It has no solutions. It is the problem, as I said. If we have to adopt socialist measures, it is simply because socialism still has some solutions. And one of the great solutions is to stop warmongering immediately. Don't stop because, Lenin says so, or because, Mao said so, or whoever. Stop warmongering because it is destroying the oxygen content which we need to breathe. Stop wars because the bombs are polluting the climate, not because only they kill people. You must stop wars, and wars can be stopped. It's very practical. It is complete obfuscation and nonsense. Governments are lying because politicians are corrupt, because they are all, in the end, in the business of capitalist masturbation, and therefore they are all constantly misleading, obfuscating the issues, and saying, no, 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 we can't do this, no, 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 we can't do that. Nonsense. Wars must be stopped as a first step towards achieving cleansing of our climate. Number two, which again nobody will tell you except me. They tell you that